This will be for the con assignment, graphing from slope. So we have our graph here, and we have a line with two green dots. Basically, you're going to click on the dot and drag it into place in order to make the line that they're asking for. Okay, so they want us to graph a line with a slope of 3/4 that contains the point 2, comma, -3. So I would say that it's best to graph the point first and then do the slope from there. So as you know, the point is in the form x, comma, y. Okay? So for this point here, we go to x equals 2 and y equals -3. Alright, this is our x-axis right here. So I'm going to drag the first point to x equals 2. Alright, and then the y-coordinate is -3. So stay at x equals 2, and this is the y-axis right here. Just drag it straight down to y equals -3. Okay, so we're at 2, comma, -3. Here's the 2 on the x. Here's the -3 on the y. Now for the slope, remember the formula for slope is rise over run. Okay, so the numerator of the slope, well, let me write the 3/4 here. Okay, the numerator of the slope tells us how far up, down. The denominator of the slope tells us how far left, right. Okay, so remember that up is positive y direction and down is the negative y direction. Right is the positive x direction and left is the negative x direction. Okay, so for the slope rise over run, this translates to up 3 because it's a positive 3, and the denominator translates to right 4. Okay, since up is positive y and right is positive x. So we're going up 3, right 4. So take the point that we started with. Okay, we're going to go up 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go right 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're right here. Okay, so that's our other point. So you go to the other green dot and drag it right there. Okay. So for the slope, we went up 3 and we went right 4. And now we have a line. You only need 2 points to make a line. Okay. So let's start with our point, x, comma, y. X is 3, y is -6. Let's do that first. This is the x-axis. We're going to go to x equals 3. Okay, and for the y, we're going to go to -6. So keep it at x equals 3 and drag it down to -6. All right, and now the slope is -1/2. Okay, so if the slope is a negative fraction, you can actually put the negative in the numerator or the denominator. It doesn't matter, okay, because it's the same thing as I'll show you. All right, remember slope slope is rise over run. So the numerator is the up-down part, and the denominator is the left-right part. So if the rise is -1, that means we go down 1. And if the run is +2, that means we go right 2. All right. So going to the point that we already made, all right, I'm gonna go down 1 and right 2. So go to the point we already made. I'm gonna go down 1 and then right 2. 1, 2. And that's gonna be our new point right there. So you go to the other green point, keep the one you plotted already. You go to the other green point, you click on it and drag it into place. Okay. So for slope we went down 1, so it's -1, and right 2. Okay. Now just so you know, like I said, the slope was -1/2. So you can put the negative in the denominator, the numerator, or you can put it in the denominator. Okay, that's all the same thing. So instead of down 1, right 2, we could have also done +1 would be up 1, and -2 would be left 2. Okay, and it would have been the same thing. We would have gone up 1 and left 2, and that would have been right here. See, it's still on the same line. Okay, so it would have been the same thing. So if you have a negative, you can put it in the numerator or denominator. All right, one more. The point is 4, -2 will make 4 is x, and the -2 is y. Okay, that's x comma y. So this is the x-axis. I'm going to go to x equals 4. Okay, and then drag it to y equals -2. Stay at x equals 4, and then just drag it straight down to y equals -2. All right, and now for the slope is -3. All right, and we can easily make that a fraction, because -3 is the same as -3 over 1. Okay, if you put a constant term over 1, it doesn't change anything, so it's the same thing. All right, so the numerator is rise over the rise. The numerator is the rise, so -3 means we go down 3, and +1 means we go right 1. Okay, remember, this is the up-down part, and this is the left-right part. So starting with the point that we already did, I'm going to go down 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to go right 1. And that's going to be our new point right there. Down 3 and right 1. So just click on the other green dot and drag it into place. And now you have a line. And again, real quick, -3 over 1, that's the same as 3 over -1. Okay, so we could have gone up 3 and left 1. All right, so if we started here, we would have gone 1, 2, 3 up, and then left 1. We would have been right here. So same thing. We would have had the same line.